Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the...
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we've got something really special here. What we've got is basically a figure that was released during the transitional period of Generation 1, because what we've actually got is Generation 1 Pyro, which is in this box here, and this guy just made it into Generation 1. He was released in 1993, whereas we've also got the other guy here known as Spark, and he was an obliterator and he was released in Generation 2. So again, a real interesting piece of Transformers history here. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look at him in both of his modes. We're going to have a look at the gimmicks that he's got with him, because they're brilliant, to be honest. I'm going to point out things that you need to be aware of, and I think some of you can already guess by seeing the gold plastic on it. So for obvious reasons, I'm not going to be doing much of the transformation process with him at all. Right, so if I just move some of these things out of the way, and as I say, if we start with what we know as Pyro, and I believe in America they refer to this as Generation 1.5, because it's actually got the transitional Autobot logo there. You can see they've completely changed it. This obviously is in a different language because it is a European exclusive. You've got the lovely artwork there for Pyro himself, and then if we spin it round, we've got what we're going to be showing you in a second there. We've got how you can transform his trailer into like an attack base, and then we've got the European exclusive artwork there on the back. There of course is Pyro. We've got the track-ons there. We've got loads of, as I say, what's known as the European exclusives or the in-between. There is Pyro's bio. So if I bring it close there, and if I say pause right now, you can have a read of that yourself. But yeah, this is the 1993 release, and again, so it just crept in to G1. So here is his alternate mode. Now I've not clipped that all the way in again because we've got some gold plastic there. This is a Carmichael Cobra Airport crash truck. To be honest, I wouldn't have guessed that. You can tell I've absolutely read that, and I don't mind admitting it. And then the robot is the front half. So I'm just going to pull this carefully away. You can see where they attach brilliantly into there. I'm not going to transform this at all because he's got gold plastic for the feet, for the arms, for the crotch, and you'll also notice that he's missing his actual handheld gun, and that's because unfortunately for me it literally crumbled about a couple of years ago. But we will have a look at the robot mode. The robot mode is super basic. You've got movement there in the elbow, you've actually got a waist twist, which of course I'm not going to do any more than that. There's the gold feet. The legs are all fused together. The head doesn't turn at all, but it's got the brilliant light piping gimmick there for the back of his head, which looks absolutely stunning. I'll show you a picture of his handheld gun, but again, I haven't got it. You can pretty much make out the transformation just from looking at it. To be fair, it's one of them really simple ones, and to be honest, if you really want to see it, again, I won't be doing it unfortunately. I've got the instructions here, and you can see that you're literally just going to fold the legs out like that. Then we're going to fold the feet out, fold the arms out and down, and that's your lot. It literally is as simple as that. But again, as I say, I've done a video, funnily enough, on gold plastic syndrome and the main culprits of the figures that cause it. Right, before we have a look at the trailer then, let's do something different. I normally go for the boxes at the end, but this is the Generation 2 version. You can see it says Generation 2 underneath it. This was released the year later, and of course we're now known as the Obliterators. I'm going to attempt to show you the rapid missile fire in a second, but again, it is all encased in gold plastic, so you'll have to forgive me when I go nice and slow with it. So there it is again. In fact, there's a picture of the gun, which would normally sit on the roof and you can put in his hands, but as I've already said, mine is completely fallen to pieces. Oh, and I've just knocked him over. Okay, so you've got the Generation 2 stuff on the back now. So there, of course, are the leaders, and then here's some of the other figures, of course, the different coloured Dinobots, and then we've got Spark. In fact, there's probably multi-language people here reading this, so anybody who can read English, pause and you can read it now. Spanish, I would presume that is, E for España, and then P, maybe Portuguese, I don't really know, but there you go. You can all have a quick read of that. And again, I hope you find it interesting because it's a brilliant figure. It's completely, as I say, during the transitional period. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. This one is already transformed, but what I'm going to show you is how the back end transforms, because again, it's quite cool. So we're going to fold this front part down. I've got it the wrong way around. There we go. Fold this out, and then what this will do is it'll allow this to fold right out and down. The back of this will also now fold down, well, fold up rather. And the reason why I'm going to show you this is because this, although I'm not going to use the firing mechanism, has the sight on it right there as well. So if I can carefully again just bring this out to show you, the reason why it's not out on the other one is because again, with the gold plastic perishing away, oh, just about got it. So you've got a lovely sight there at the top of the gun. All of this is gold plastic, so I'm going to be super careful. Yeah, this folds out and that sits into position, and then as you can see from the one on the right hand side, we then fold this out a couple of times to get to where we've got there. Let me just carefully pop this back. And so that's the trailer, which I'm sure you'll agree is quite cool. Here it is. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to rotate this clockwise. I'm only going to do a couple of them just in case, but it's got a rapid fire thing. You can see what I mean, and it's got some real venom on them, to be honest. They really do shoot out. So if you're looking to know if yours is complete, you're after 6 of these, 6 of the long missiles. And as I've just said, unfortunately for me with this particular one, you can see where the gold has cracked there and the little sight has just come out. These do just come out as well. This is all folded up. It's brilliant. You've got another really excellent translucent plastic sight there. And what you can then do, if I stand this up, and again, I'm not going to attach it and I'm not going to move his arms up, but what you would then do is you would bring his arms up and his hands would hold onto that handle there, and then he's got an amazing little battle station, to be honest. He's such a great figure. It's just such a shame that he suffers with the gold plastic, because for that particular reason, obviously, he's getting harder and harder to find because he just literally falls to pieces. And unfortunately, he falls to pieces in a lot of places. And the main part is this crotch area here. And then, of course, once that goes, that's it. It's completely gone. You can't fix it. It just shatters there. And, of course, you can't even connect it. You can't do anything, unfortunately. But there you go. And I've had a lot of people ask me some questions ever since I put up the European catalogue. And I did promise to get through as many of the exclusive European figures as I possibly could. And this is just a great one, I think, to continue with it. And again, help us all learn about these particular figures. So there you go. You've got the Generation 1 version, which was released in 1993. And you've got the Generation 2 version that was released in 1994. Hope you enjoyed looking at this figure, guys. Keep your other ideas and suggestions coming in, and of course, please take care. Okay then, so I just quickly want to add at the end that there was no actual difference between the figures. It was just obviously they were packaged differently between the Generation 1 and the Generation 2 packaging. The figures themselves are exactly the same, and that's why it's known as a transitional piece. So just to clarify, figures exactly the same, packaging was different. Okay guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.